Hello everyone, and welcome to the review of the latest ENGWE S6 electric scooter. And this is a novelty because this is the first electric scooter that ENGWE has started building and selling. And this is also very interesting because even though it's their first model, they put some really good specifications into it, and we are going to test if those are true. But this, at this price, is probably currently the best scooter on the market, because you cannot buy something that is cheaper than this but with such high performance, such powerful motors, such a large battery, and the other features as well. So this is kind of the best deal for performance versus the money that you pay, because you also get a lot of other things such as full suspension. You get a seat that is removable, you get dual disc brakes and all of that, together with lights, accessories, horn, headlamp, tail lamp, everything. It's included in that awesome price. So I'm going to start right away with the technical specifications that I was praising. So we get inside a battery that is 48 volts and it has a 15.6 amp hour capacity. This is a very large battery considering the size of the scooter, the weight and the price category. Then all that battery power goes into the motor, which has a controller that can do a peak power of 700 watts of power. That's plenty, and will have good torque and good power even going uphill. And with that power and with the 48 volt battery system, this scooter can actually provide you speeds up to 45 km per hour. Of course, in good conditions such as very flat road, if you are not very heavy. Anyway, you get the idea that this scooter is not locked, it's not limited to 25 km per hour, and it can do up to 45 km per hour in this shape that you get it from the box. You don't have to modify or do anything, you don't have to unlock anything. It just came like this out of the box. To have enough stopping power, we get dual disc brakes, and they are 140 millimeter disc brakes, and they provide very good stopping power. They are regular cable brakes with a single pull line with a single piston. It's the general cheap brakes that you get, but on this scooter, because this is not very heavy, it's not very big, they do a wonderful job in stopping you, and you can combine front and rear and you have almost instant stopping power. You also get very good comfort on this, as it has front suspension and it also has rear suspension. And if you are allowed to use the seat, or you prefer to use the seat on this kind of scooters, you also get a seat post suspension. So you get a triple suspension system, and if you sit on that, and this even has springs, so it's kind of a quadruple suspension system. This is like riding on clouds. This is very soft, very pleasant. You are going to feel something, and that is the profile of your tires, because this comes standard with mixed tires, so they are a mixture between asphalt and off-road, and they have really big I don't know how to call them, indentations, and when you ride on very straight asphalt, you are going to feel and hear them as they produce a vibration, which is normal. You can partially deflate the tires, and that will not be so annoying, but you are going to lose top speed and efficiency by doing that. To operate the scooter is very easy. You get a key lock that turns it on and off. You have a screen that is very visible in daylight. You are not going to see on the camera, because this has a kind of LEDs that flicker very fast. They are readable in daytime, but not on the cameras. They are going to flash and circle or do weird thing. You get speed indicators, and then underneath you get a combination which is trip, voltage, odometer, and this doesn't have any kind of switch or buttons. You cannot do anything with it. When you ride the scooter, this will automatically cycle this one, showing you voltage, odo, trip and so on, while this one remains for the speed indicator all the time. To accelerate, you have a twist throttle like on a motorcycle. That's very easy to activate. Also, this doesn't have any kind of gear, so you do not switch to gear 1, gear 2 and have various power or speed limits. This automatically changes the gear, so when you start with it, I don't know if you are going to see on the camera, it shows 1 here, speed 1, then speed 2, then speed 3. and it kind of changes the speed automatically until it gets to the 45 kilometers per hour top speed. Also, you are going to see here now when you are riding that it shows the voltage right away, so you know the battery charge when you start. On the left side here you get a button that turns on the LEDs for the front headlamp and the rear headlamp, and it also turns on the side LEDs that are RGB, and they have a module that flashes them the following colors, and they are on both sides, so you are visible, really visible by everything in traffic. Trust me, they are really powerful, but in full day with sunshine they are not so visible on my camera, but they do really make you very safe at night. ENGWE also put attention into details like they do every time. So on the rear mudguard where you have the stop lamp, which is also a reflector, so even if you don't turn it on, this will shine in nighttime. Also, when you touch the brakes, it has brake lights which work, so really nice addition. You see this also on ENGWE bikes. They are probably one of the few, if not the only ones, that do this, that have a rear tail lamp with LEDs that are driven by the battery, and they also have brake sensors that make them brake and show that you are braking. Really nice. It's a small thing to do, but really nice to have it. Also, the front headlamp has 4 LEDs, very bright, and it has a built-in horn that you can activate from a push of a button from the same combination switch. And you also get a switch for turn lights that you can go left or right, and they are probably the most beautiful turn lights that I have ever seen on a scooter. Not only that they are integrated into the deck and they are very visible, but they also have this nice effect that you get on new cars and luxury cars, and really makes the scooter stand out when you are turning. The X6 scooter is also very modular. It's folding, and it folds in a lot of places, and it has a lot of adjustments, so you can adjust the seat height, you can adjust the steering stem height. Also, you can take the seat completely off. I'm going to show you a video how to do that. I'm going to add a link somewhere here. It's very easy to take the seat off if it's not allowed in your country, or if you do not want to ride on a seat. You can take it off. Nonetheless, this also folds, so you don't have to take it off when you are folding the scooter. The seat post also, the seat itself folds, so you have a lot of options here. And I'm going to show you how compact this will become. So I'm going to put the seat down just like this, and I'm also going to try to do it with just one hand. Let me try to do that. Okay, and this is the same locking mechanism with the push pin that you get on ENGWE headsets, so you know that the system is very safe, very good, and it has a system that prevents it from accidentally folding. All right, and with this like that, you can do that, and you can also do something like this, and the seat will stay like this. Then the same folding mechanism here in the front, and with the push pin, leaving that away, and with the push pin pressed, I can now fold this, and it has this smart latching system here. And when that engages, it prevents the handlebar from getting up. So if you try to take this, you want to carry it by the handle, this will prevent it from folding back into position. Then ENGWE did something here, but here I have to do a mention. They had this latch that makes a lot of noise. This goes into here in the seat post, and it has a small indent that goes in through that and kind of locks this, but that indent is not very well made because it's rounded, it's very rounded, so it gets out of that hole very easy. So this should be somehow tightened up here, and that would make this easy to carry by this handle, but in practice that one escapes that hole very easy, so it only will reside on that mechanism there. And that's not all, because now we can also fold the handlebar, and that's very easy. You just push this outside, it has a spring, and then you fold it just like this. This is a bit hard to do with just one hand. Maybe on this side it works a bit easier. No, on this side. Okay, and now the handlebar is folded. The same goes on the other side. You just push this out and then fold the handlebar in, and you can see that now it takes a lot less space and makes it more compact and easy to store or travel with. Another nice feature is that on the seat post and also on the handlebar stem, they have used nylon inserts like they use on the e-bikes stems, so they do not scratch when we are adjusting them up or down. That nylon is specially made. It has enough strength to hold this if this is properly adjusted, so the seat post will not slide in back. But also you can adjust this up and down, and if this is not dirty with mud or other things, it will not scratch, so this will look a lot more better for a longer period of time. You are not going to see those ugly scratches on it. Alright, so enough with the talk, let's see how this rides. So even though it looks nice today, it's far from being an ideal testing condition because there are only about 5 degrees centigrade. So it's very cold, it's windy, and I have more than 85 kilograms and a backpack that also weighs a few kilograms, about 2. So keep that in mind when assessing the performance of this vehicle. So let's turn it on and let's ride away. And I already have 30 kilometers per hour and this still accelerates, and now I'm actually going slightly uphill and it's doing 32, and now it's going to slow down because I need to brake, but I will go into the main street and we are going to do a speed run and let's see what this thing is capable of. And I'm doing 30 kilometers again. Now I'm going slightly downhill, so this is helping with the speed. 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. The suspension is working really nice, really nice. This is very comfortable, and I'm doing 42 right now. And it's stabilizing at about 38 now because the road is rather bad. I have to brake. Also now is no longer downhill, so let's try now again. Accelerate full power. This is straight road. The acceleration is pretty good, but it's not like on a 1000 watt e-bike. It's softer, but it's pleasant. It's not very slow, it's not sluggish, but it doesn't have that annoying kick that you get on high power scooters, that they have a kick that tries to get the impression that it's going to get fast, but it only is fast about 20-30 kilometers and then it will die out. This one, although it's a bit soft, it's constant, so it gets speed and gets speed and gets speed and gets speed. This is programmed probably this way, as this scooter has an estimated range of about 60 kilometers, and if you are using hard start on electric motors, that will drain a lot of power, so you are not going to be able to do 60 kilometers range. So with this soft acceleration programming, it's going to do probably that range pretty easy. So it was doing 38 kilometers on a perfectly straight road. That's not very good condition because this, as you can see, it's full of dirt, it's full of cracks, it's full of bumps. It's now getting a bit uphill, and also the battery is dead cold at 5 degrees You cannot expect it to perform like it will perform at 25 degrees, because in case you don't know, lithium-ion battery loses about half the capacity and the current that it can output with a drop of 20 degrees. So if the battery will give you a range of 60 kilometers, that is at 25 kilometers, 25 degrees centigrade, and you can expect to get half of that at 0 degrees centigrade or 5 degrees centigrade like I'm experienced right now. So I don't expect this to get full power, full speed or full range, because it's too cold to do that. Nonetheless, it did 38 kilometers per hour, which is plenty of speed for this type of electric scooter, and of course it's faster than most of the European laws permit. So take care when you are riding this, and when or where you are riding this, and how fast you are riding it. And the brakes are absolutely stunning. You can stop from 38 kilometers per hour just in a few seconds, in a few meters. You can lock the wheels. You actually need to take care with the front wheel not to lock it up and do something bad and crash. Otherwise, the brakes are simply working superbly. You can lift on the front wheel. I don't know, let's see something. So I'm going to get a bit more speed. And I don't want to say something stupid, but it looks like this also has kind of a regenerative braking. I'm not sure about that, because this is not in the specification of the scooter, but there's something interesting. So you get here the voltage. The voltage will of course drop when you accelerate fully. You can see now it's under 50 volts. When I release the throttle, it will jump back up, but when I actually press the throttle, the brake lever, this goes up, which means that it gets power from somewhere. So if it goes up, it means that somehow probably the motor, when I'm braking, will start to generate power, like the regenerative brakes that you get on some scooters. But I'm not confirming that, it's just an observation right now, so it's going to remain that way. With the provided tires and all that suspension that you get, you can also tackle some kind of light off-road terrain. Keep in mind that this scooter only has 10-inch wheels, although they are bigger than the budget category of electric scooters, which usually come in 8.5-inch wheels. Some of them are coming now with 10-inch wheels, but this one comes directly with 10-inch wheels, and it has the power, it has the grip, and it has the comfort. So it's a good all-rounder. So you get everything that you need. You get comfort, you get power, you get acceleration, you get speed, and all of that, as I've told you in the beginning of this review, comes at a very cheap price, which is outstanding. What a good job ENGWE managed to do again with this kind of electric scooter. So now you have seen how this scooter rides and how nice it goes. It's actually surprising. Keep in mind, I'm repeating myself, but this is just the ENGWE's first electric scooter, so they did an outstanding job with it. I'm really pleased. It's fast, it has power, it has probably range. I'm not going to test the full range today because I'm freezing already, but this is really nice. It's a very smooth ride, it's comfortable. It has pretty good power, it has very good brakes, so everything is fine. And traditionally I need to get some pros and cons about it, because that's how all my videos end. And I'm trying to get some cons first, and I did find one. That is this latch here, that as you've seen at the beginning of this video, this will not hold on tight enough here, so it's going to get off, so it's not going to be very useful. And second of that, this thing just simply rattles around. You didn't hear it on the video because I used my GoPro remote here to turn my camera on or off, and that was holding it down. Otherwise this turns into a jingle bells racket. That's not a problem, because if you don't use this, it has a screw here. You just take the handlebar out and you can slide this off and you can get rid of it. Maybe this is going to be somehow corrected and it's going to work properly and it's going to latch there as it should. Otherwise you can use maybe a simple Velcro strap around this and around the seat post, or something about the suspension if you really want to use this as a handle, and carry the scooter with you. Other than this, I can only repeat you the pros, because that's how this goes. Battery range, although I could not test it fully, I still have 50 volts after all my riding today. So after all the review is done and you've seen how I did testing the brakes, top speed, going fast, going slow, going kind of off-road with it, just a tiny part of the video because this is edited. So after all my runs and reruns and refilmings, I still have 50 volts, and this is a 48-volt battery. When it's fully charged, it's 54 volts. So from 54 I've gone down to 50, considering it's very cold outside. So the battery range is very good, and this will last for a lot of kilometers. Another thing that I like very much on this scooter in particular is that it's very silent. So beside the regular tire noise, the motor is very silent. It's not a geared motor, it doesn't make any kind of noise, and the scooter itself is really well built, so it doesn't have any kind of annoying play and noises. Because on this kind of scooters, especially the ones with the seat and with folding handlebar and adjusting handlebar height and folding systems, they all make a lot of noises from those areas. So this should have play here, it will make noise. This will have play here, it will make noise. This will have play here, it will make noise. This has a bit of play here, but it actually doesn't make any kind of noise while you ride the scooter. So it's kind of a relaxing, pleasant ride without having all that annoying noises that you get on a similar scooter. So I really like that. And with that said, be sure to follow my next uploads, where I'm going to probably add more videos related to the scooter. Also, you can see here a playlist with a lot of other ENGWE e-bikes and things related to ENGWE. Be sure to also check that. And until my next video, see you and bye bye.